Everyone, this is Lori from the Crafting Auntie. Welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad you're here. So today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on how to put together this masculine affirmation for him. And this is Carolyn Musings on her Etsy. You can also find Carolyn Musings on Facebook and One Way Journal Crafters Facebook group. So first off, I'm going to show you all the papers, and then I'm going to cut everything out, and then we'll put it together. So each of these papers is printed on cardstock, and some of them you don't need to print on the back. So this one I did not print on the back. Let me put this the right way. And then there's this one. I did not print on the back. And then there's this one. I just love this. It's so gorgeous. I just love all the masculine look that she has put into this kit. This one I did print, one of the backing papers. And I used this backing paper for everything. I thought it went so well together, but there are other backing papers in the kit that you can choose. And then there's this one. And let me turn it this way so you can see all the various pockets. This one I did not print on the back. And then there's a waterfall in there. So there's a belly band closure. So we're going to do something fun with that. And then we have the waterfall pages. So yes, I printed this on the back. Here's the rest of them. I love the train. My husband and I, we are train buffs. We have a train that goes around in our den, and that's our together joy that we have in collecting the G-scale trains. So I love this. And these I did print on the back. And then we have this one. This is a tri pocket. We have some tabs here. I did print on the back. And then look at these amazing tags. Aren't these gorgeous? Just love the colors that she's put into this. And I did print on the back. And then there's a whole bunch of these sentiments. I am secure. I am precious. I am holy. I am in Christ, that you can use throughout the folio. And you can also use in other projects. I did not print on the back. And then look at this. I absolutely love this. It's a pocket flip with also pockets that match here to put in the front. And this opens out. I did print on the back. And then this is like a little notebook. And so I did, and then these are some more little tags, or you can use them as labels. But I did print on the back. And then we have these fussy cuts to play with. I'm so excited to do a masculine project because it's been a while since I've done one, and she's come out with some amazing ones, and I just had to do this one. So this one I did print on the back because I wasn't sure if maybe some of these things here I might use independently. And then we have this. And I think this is like a flip open where you can write inside. So I did print on the back. I love this. And then these are printed on regular paper, double-sided. I used the other backing paper that matched it. And I believe that these go with, let me see. I want to make sure I get the right thing. I believe they go with this. I was trying to match up. You probably could use it on that other folder as well, but I was trying to match up to see what was best, and it looked like this fit this one really well. So I'm going to use some of these. I printed 3 different ones, so it gives me 6, and I'm going to put it in here. And I'm going to have some fun with some of this hardware here and see what else we can do with that. So that is all of the kit. So now what I want to do, as usual, is to get everything cut out. and I'll get it all organized, and then we will put this project together. Okay, I have cut out all my pieces. Now, a couple of pages I said I did not print on the back, and I found I needed to, and this is one of them. So when I was reading the instructions that are written on the bottom, I didn't see where it had to be printed on the back, but it should be printed on the back, especially this main page here. And then I also printed on the back the piece. I think that this is this extension that's going to go over here, because you're going to need something here or it'll show up white. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut all these off. I wanted to make sure I knew which panels were what. So I'm just going to take my scissors and I'll cut those off and ink those edges real quick. Just an easy way so I don't forget what's what, especially when you're trying to put together the project. And then I did use ground espresso for this. I thought the darker color would be perfect. Okay, so we've got that. So now it's gonna, and this is the right side up, so I'm just gonna flip it over. And then this is the left side extension that's gonna go to panel A. So panel A is over here. And so I'm gonna trim this off. I tried to keep my pieces together as I was figuring this out to make sure I didn't mess up. Now you will need to score. Let me ink this so you can see. There are a couple of score lines on the other side, but if I show you on here, you'll be able to see, I think, a little bit better. So you are going to be scoring here and here. So on this side, it's these two marks, one here and one here. And then also I've inked these. So you're going to be scoring here, 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 and here. And if I turn this over, you will see the score lines, these darker lines, and those are the ones you'll need to score. So now this is going to be extended onto this. So you want to make sure that you're gluing against this far right score line right here. So we're going to glue on the tab. So I'm just going to use my art glitter glue for all of this. And then we're going to place it right next to the edge and right next to that first fold. And then press that down. So that becomes our little extension. And then on this side, this is the pocket that's going to go on here. So I'm going to trim this off now. And we'll ink that up as well. I tried to leave on these tabs so that I could at least show you, since I did cut all the pieces out. So now we're going to just add glue around the very edge of our pocket. And then match it up to the corners as best you can. And then secure that down. So that becomes our pocket here. On this side, we have a pocket that's going to go on here. And this goes to panel C, so this is our panel C. And then right up to that fold, and also trying to match your half circle cuts. So I'm going to do that and get that pressed down good. And then we can glue the sides. Now we have some things to go on here. So one of the things is this guy. Tried to clip all these things that I wanted to put together. So this is a little flip out, and it is going to go right here. So then it'll flip out like this. So let me just trim off this. I don't think I inked all of this. It's hard to tell. So now we're going to add glue here, and then this is going to go right next to this second fold line that we have here that I've marked. And then that way this can still fold over and this can still fold out. So we'll go ahead and glue that down. It's a pretty simple folio to put together once you figure out the pieces. And Carolyn also has another video for the ladies affirmation on her channel, and it's pretty much the same. The only difference is this piece right here. So if you need to see another one, you can watch that one as well. Okay, so this opens up like this. So now to cover up these little pieces right here, our tabs, she also gives us a panel to go on here. So this is our mat for the panel A. And then we can glue this down right here. I think I'm going to take just a smidge off of this. I think it's just a little bit too wide. So let me just take a tiny bit. Trying to make sure I get the edges good. All right. Right up to where this folds. Make sure it still folds, and right up to here to make sure that this still folds. And then we'll press that down really good. There's that. And I have this tab, so I think I want to go ahead and add that onto here. So I left this to cut out after I fold. So I'm going to fold this in half. We'll crease it. And then we can cut out the other part of the tab. Let me just straighten this out a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add this tab here. But I also have to be careful. I may have to do it at the top. I think that's what I'm going to do, because you have to be careful here where it's folded. So let's do that. Let's just add this right there. I knew I wanted a tab, but I really wasn't sure where it was going to go. I had to wait till I get this put together so that I make sure I get it right. So let's just put this right here, and that'll give us something to open that up. Press that down, press this down really good. So now we have a little tab that can help us to open this. And you can decorate on the inside, or you can leave it for writing. Now under here, I want to go ahead and add a pocket. So there's several pockets, and I think what I want to do is add this one, which has 3 pieces. And then we also have pockets to go on to the front of our little cabinet here. So we'll work on those as well. So I'm thinking I want to match these up underneath. So Carolyn has them to where they will match up. So I like to get them matched up like this, and then just glue the side right here and hold it in place until we get them secure. Do this, and then we'll add it to this one and we'll match it up. So now we've got our pockets. So there's 3 pockets here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go all the way around here, 3 sides. And I think I'm going to add a little bit of glue here so that they don't go down too far on this top one. You can do it however you want. If you want to add bigger tags or something there, you can certainly do that by leaving it open. And I'm going to put it down here a little lower because I want to be able to have that top space area for anything that might be larger. Okay, so now we can add these, which match up to our cabinet. And I don't think I inked these, so let's do that. And then they just match up to the cabinets just like that. So we're just going to glue on 3 sides. So you'll have lots of pockets to add a lot of pieces of ephemera, which there is quite a few. So we'll match that up with our cabinet. Guys, I am so sorry, but my camera all of a sudden stopped during the middle of finishing up this filming. So I'm going to walk you through the rest of this. And my apologies. I don't know why it did that, but it did. So we were adding on the pockets. The only thing I did here was I added this tab. I don't recall if I had done it previously, but I added this tab and I filled the pockets with some of the ephemera and left this side blank. You can certainly add more pockets or keep it for writing, whatever you want to do. I added this here and these 2 on this side of the pocket. And I tucked in a couple of pieces of ephemera into this pocket. And then over here is the waterfall. Now it's got 2 pieces that are like file folders. They will go down first. So you will glue those. They have 2 spine areas to score. So you make an 1/8" spine. And it's very much like this piece that we added on in the beginning. So it has an 1/8" spine. And then you will build your waterfall. So what I did is I chose what I wanted on top and the front. The first thing you have to do is put on your belly band piece. Now I decided to go with a magnet closure, so I did cover it up with some of the offcuts of the paper. It doesn't match right here, but when it's closed, you're not really going to notice it. You can always print another one of these, and then you can put it over it if that's what you decide to do. So I added the 2 pockets here with a couple of pieces of ephemera. And then building the waterfall is pretty easy. So choose what you want to go down first. You will score each one of them. They have a score line. And then you will start by gluing this one on first. And then you will go right up to the bottom of the first one and glue the next one. And you want to just make sure that they're lined up as they're being put down. So you might want to fold them over just to make sure they're coming down straight. In addition, I added a pocket here and added another piece of ephemera. So these are my help comes from the Lord, Psalms 121:2, and He is with me wherever I go, Joshua 1:9. And this one says, I have a future, for I know the thoughts that I think towards you, saith the Lord, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end. So I tucked those in. And you can also use a Velcro closure. You do not have to use a magnet. I put this side over and this one in the front. God is always present in my life. Psalm 46, 1-2. Now on this side, I added this piece as a pocket, and I added a couple of pieces of ephemera in there. So there's a double pocket here. And then we have this. I chose to leave it plain for writing, if that's what you like to do. And I tucked that in there and want to make sure that that tab doesn't stick out too far because this comes over. You still have a little bit of room. So that is all of this. I've added this on here, and I also popped this up. And this is a piece of ephemera that goes on top of this piece that has the hot air balloon. And on this side, I didn't do anything here, but over here, I fold this over. I decorated this with some of the ephemera pieces. Use this really amazing plain with this gentleman and this clock up here. And then if you fold this over, I chose to make this into a belly band. I popped up the clock. We added this gentleman here, and then I tucked in 2 pieces of ephemera that stick out a little bit, but should be okay. Going back in here, there was a lot of these labels. And so in these small pockets here, I added a bunch of the labels. I also added more here. And I still have a space here. I could add one more piece of ephemera. So I'm going to go ahead and tuck this one into this pocket. And I think I'm going to add another one up here. Just make sure you don't go over the score lines. So this will come out this way. You can write on it. It comes out this way. And I'm so sorry the footage wasn't filming when I was putting this together. But I will also link down below Carolyn's video. And it's for the women's affirmation folder for the ladies. So it's done pretty much the same. The only thing that's different is this piece right here. But Carolyn does really good on putting in a lot of directions, so it's always helpful in her video. And then I didn't do anything else to the front here. You could. We also have one more piece here that I can put together with you. So this piece I have cut out, and then there's also these pages that are just done on regular copy paper. And I believe I did 6 of them. Actually, I think I printed 3, and it's 2 to a page. So we can just fold these. And I also printed the backing. One of the backing papers is like this. In fact, it's this right here. This is the backing paper, and this is what it looks like on the front. So if we just fold these, and then let me just burnish it down really well. Now you can sew this in, you can tie it in if that's what you choose to do. How about we just poke 2 holes and tie some thread in there. It's just a little writing booklet. And then press that down good. And then also I want to add this piece on top. And we'll just center that as best we can, like that. Press it down really good. And then we can also tuck this in here, like that. And that should close up, and that puts our folio together. So I am so sorry I lost a lot of this putting together, but again, I will link the kit below. I will also link Carolyn's video that she shows you how to put together the ladies affirmation. And yeah, so that's it for today. And hopefully you'll give this a try. This was a lot of fun. I enjoying all the new masculine min kits that Carolyn's coming out with. So I have some more projects lined up to work on, and so I'll be coming back to you with those. So for now, you guys have a great day. God bless you all, and we will see you at the next video. Bye.